Hello, Access. This is Ms. Rivera, one of the deans here at West Leiden.
And I'm Mr. Mason, the other dean at West Leiden. These are the assistant deans, Mr. Benyon and Ms. O'Rourke. You will see the assistant deans if you have an issue with access or when you're a sophomore or junior guided study. But you may see Mr. Benyon or Ms. O'Rourke for any issue in the dean's office as well.
The first person you'll see when you enter the dean's office is Miss Mast. Miss Mast is the one that you'll see when you get a pass. You bring it to her, and then she lets us know. The other person you might see is Miss Thomas. She's at the back of our office, and you can see her for anything as well.
You'll notice that we have security guards throughout the building, as well as a Northlake police officer, Officer Pasoli. The security guards are here to ensure that we have a safe and secure building. If you have any issue that ever requires the police, come down to the dean's office to talk to Officer Pasoli.
The other two ladies that you might see when you enter the building are Miss Masson and Miss Palmer. They are the attendance office. The attendance office is now located right outside of the auditorium in the ticket booth. They're the individuals you see if you are getting an early pass from school or if you arrive late to school.
If you are marked unexcused for a class, you will be called down to the dean's office to see Mr. Walker. If you are truant from school, you will also have to see Mr. Walker. Mr. Walker also supervises our BIC program. BIC, the Behavior Improvement Center, is located in room 215 after school from 2:35 to 4:55. We'll talk more about what a BIC is in just a moment.
Miss Thorne is the in-school suspension coordinator. She would be the woman that you would spend the day with in the event that you have in-school suspension. She's downstairs in room 076 if you need to see her.
So, what do we do in the dean's office? Well, we do handle any disciplinary issues that come up. We also deal with attendance matters. But the dean's office is a place that you can go if you ever need anything. If you're having a problem with your locker, if you have an issue with your ID or need a new ID, or if you just need someone to talk to about any issue that's affecting you in school or out of school, we can get you to the right place. Remember, if you are having an issue, come to the dean's office and talk to us before we need to call you.
We're going to go over the different types of consequences that we would issue. The first one are conferences and warnings. This is just when you meet with us and we discuss what happened, and then we would issue you a warning. Detentions. Detentions are 20 minutes long, and you get them in multiples of 2. So you could get 2 to 4 detentions. Often we give detentions for electronic devices. You can serve your detentions in room 215. BICs. Would be a long detention. You serve that after school with Mr. Walker in room 215, or you can also serve it on Wednesday mornings at 6 a.m. in the fitness center. We also have in-school suspension. In-school suspension is in room 076 with Miss Thorne, and this is for serious infractions. Also, social suspension, which is a loss of privileges. This means you would not be able to participate in any after-school activities like clubs or sports, as well as it's possible that you might not be able to attend dances, football games, or other after-school events. And lastly, we have suspension, which means that you are suspended outside of school or are not allowed on the premises for any circumstance.
Attendance is important. If you are absent, your parent or guardian must call the school to inform us of your absence. If we do not receive a phone call, you are considered truant from school, and you will receive a $50 ticket from the Northlake Police. If you have a class cut, also known as a class absence, where you are unexcused from a period class, you will receive consequences from the dean's office. Additionally, if you are tardy to class, after 9 tardies, you will be called down to the dean's office and receive a BIC. Every time you receive 3 more tardies, you will be called back down to the dean's office to receive a BIC and possibly receive additional consequences such as in-school suspension.
Important rules. IDs. Students must have their IDs on them at all times. If you do not have your ID that day, please come to our office and we can issue you a temporary ID. Electronic devices. From 7:30 when the first bell rings all electronic devices must be away. That includes cell phones, Nintendo Game Boys, anything that is not your Chromebook that can be considered an electronic device should be put away until the end of the school day. Dress code. Students are expected to have appropriate attire on at all times. Students are not allowed to show any excessive skin, and this includes midriffs, no spaghetti straps, no sagging pants as well. Being a good digital citizen means that you only put appropriate things out onto the internet. While we are in school, you are under the regulations of the school rules and computer usage rules here. Therefore, no inappropriate images you should be receiving or sending out via the Chromebook and or your cell phones. They should be away as well.
So, this was just some information about the deans and about the dean's office. If you have any questions about anything, you can come see us in room 177 on the first floor past the main office and the auditorium. Have a great year.